Hi, I'm Helen Kuhl. I'm Editorial Director for Imaging Technology News Magazine. I'm still speaking with Dr. Elliot Siegel. We're talking about some of the many programs and benefits involved with SIIM membership. And Dr. Siegel, can you tell me, do you have any advice for somebody who wants to get more involved in SIIM?
Well, if somebody would be interested in being more involved with SIIM, first thing I would tell them is SIIM is a really fun organization with lots of really fun people, and it's in general very relaxed also. I'd advise them to visit the website. We've got a really great website with lots of content not only about the meeting but also about the year-round activities. I would suggest that they become a member and be able to take advantage of all the tremendous things that SIIM has to offer. I'd of course recommend that they go to the meeting, because there are things at the meeting and the opportunity for interactive discussion and hands-on things that you really can't get from a website. And I'd love to see some folks volunteer for some of the SIIM committees also. It's a great way to get involved. We have a journal, the Journal of Digital Imaging, and we'd love to have people contribute to the Journal of Imaging and, of course, read it. And then we'd also encourage folks to pursue certification in the Imaging Informatics Certification Program. And that's available. We have a textbook that goes over imaging informatics in general, and I would recommend looking at that. And so there are so many great ways to be able to get involved in SIIM, and we're really looking forward to getting some new members this year.
What are some of the year-round activities of SIIM?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, because it's really important to emphasize that SIIM is not just the fantastic annual meeting that we have, but SIIM has some really interesting and important activities all year round, which is why it's really important to become a member. And one of the most exciting projects is the SIIM Trip Initiative. And with the SIIM Trip Initiative, we have an imaging workflow lexicon. And what does that mean? It means that we have specific names for all the steps in workflow in a diagnostic imaging department. So this has major implications for imaging departments, for regulatory initiatives, and for industry also. And what it does is creates a standard way to define and track things such as patient waiting times, report turnaround times, and technologists and radiologists' efficiency and performance. And so we've had great participation so far by so many members of the imaging community, including industry. And I think that this is going to make a major impact on patient care.
Oh, that's really interesting. That's a great project. Are there some other initiatives or important activities?
Well, one initiative relates to the fact that at the SIIM annual meeting, we have multiple tracks going on at the same time. So you couldn't possibly get all of the content at the annual meeting, even when you're attending. And so one of the initiatives is to have the meeting presentations online, video presentations, and much additional content as well. Another really exciting new initiative is called the Imaging Informatics Marketplace, and this is a buyer's guide. We also have talked about a new and exciting project, and that is having regional meetings. So SIIM is known for its annual national meeting, but we get feedback from folks that sometimes it can be difficult to get away and travel, and it can be expensive to do that. So we're looking at having regional meetings at least once a year, so that we can bring the contents of much of the meeting to specific regions of the country and maybe internationally as well. Another thing that we have that's been going on for a couple of years is a mentoring program. So if you're interested, you can go onto the SIIM website and find out information about finding a mentor. And that's been really successful. We've heard some great feedback on that. There's even a SIIM Share blog, and so you can go on and look at the blog that has a variety of interesting, pertinent, informative, and sometimes really fun topics also. We're also looking at having webinars, identifying the hottest and most interesting topics, and then having webinars that will be available on the web. So stay tuned for those, and those are additional initiatives also. We also, of course, have the Journal of Digital Imaging with the content available on PubMed. And so there's some great articles there written by many of the members of SIIM, and some really good scientific and good practice management and other articles as well.
Dr. Siegel, what do you see for the future of SIIM?
Well, in the past 20 years, medicine has made substantial advances. Medical imaging has made very significant advances just in the last 20 years. but there's been an explosion of really exciting, really interesting innovations in medical imaging, and that's going to continue. As is true of the theme of the meeting, as far as looking at regulatory issues in healthcare reform, we believe that the next 20 years are going to hold many additional challenges. We're going to see an era of personalized medicine, artificial intelligence in medicine, such as the Dr. Watson project, for example. And I think the SIIM society is going to increasingly be asked to play a major role in providing leadership, strategic planning, and solutions to address not only these challenges, but also the potential to help revolutionize the practice of medicine and bring in a new era of improved and safe and effective patient care. So I'm really excited about the future, and I think SIIM is uniquely poised to lead us into the next 20 years.
Well, thank you, Dr. Siegel. I appreciate you taking the time to share this information about SIIM and its activities. It sounds like there's a lot of great initiatives, and it sounds like this year's meeting is really going to be interesting. So thank you.